In this video, we're going to take a look at activity 3.1.5, part 4, called reusing a function. And what they want us to do is we want to apply our new function block that we created to be able to turn on the LED. And we want it to turn the LED on while the program is running. To make sure that the original version still functions properly, we want to make sure that when you press the bumper switch to turn the light on whenever you want while the program is running. So as we take a look at VEX code, I'm going to go ahead and this was part 3 code, I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to go ahead and name this to part 4. So now anything we change is going to become part 4. I can now get rid of this part 3 provided code, and I'm going to keep my define turn LED on definition there. I'm going to move the event handler back to the part 2 code, like what it said. And they want us to include that anytime we go through and have this function to happen, we want it to happen anytime while the program's running, which means we're going to have to go through and place it inside of the forever loop somewhere here. So let me go ahead and grab the turn on LED section, and maybe we can go ahead and have it run inside of the forever loop. And let's see if we get that behavior to happen. Let's go ahead and hit download. Let's hit run. So now, as the program runs, if I press the button for the bumper switch, you're going to notice that the light really doesn't turn on. So as we look up here, and as I kind of look too, this doesn't really control, my variables. So maybe I need to go through and change where that function needs to be. So let me separate these blocks, put it back in there, and let me grab that function call there, and let me see if I can place this maybe inside of the while loop. And let's hit download. Let's hit run. So now it looks like we can turn the LED on. It turns on whenever we want, and we're remembering that brightest value, so there's the one there. So if I were to go through and shine a brighter light, let me turn on the dot camera light there, it's still reading just like how we want. And anytime inside of the program, as I go through and change the light settings from the brightest value, I'm still able to run that turn LED on anytime within the while loop that I have going on. So again, placement of the blocks, much like on the print statements that we saw in part 1, placement of that function call block will definitely matter as we go through and we want it to still run the program as necessary, but we can go through and see, and as I cover that optical sensor, you'll see those numbers changing, but I can still go through, and even if I cover the optical sensor, I can still press the LED to turn on whenever I want. So this finishes up activity 3.1.5, variables and functions, and hope you enjoyed going through this and learning a little bit more how to expand your programs and the readability of them as well as you look to do more complex control features.